Welcome back, folks, to the Week 14 of the Waiver Wire Plug. I'm your host, Mike, here to give you the best news and advice going into this week and who you need to add right before the playoffs. So pay attention. These are the key additions. Add them up. The Lamar Jackson injury is going to hurt some teams in fantasy football, but thankfully they have already a replacement for him, and that's Tyler Huntley. He's my key addition of the week and who you need to add in fantasy. Now, why are we adding him? Well, he's already a proven fact. He is a rushing QB. Last week, he had 41 rushing yards and a touchdown. But he's not only a rushing QB, he can also pass. In my eyes, I think he passes better than Jackson. So, he had 32 pass attempts, 27 completions, 187 yards. And he was playing against the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos, yeah, they can't score, but they can play defense. And I would love to see him continue to throw the ball to Mark Andrews. Last year, he featured Mark Andrews, and Mark Andrews had one of the best years he ever had. Guess what? It was all because of Tyler Huntley. So, go add him up. He's my number one on my waiver wire. Don't be disappointed. He will be a top 10 QB depending on how long he plays if Jackson continues to be hurt. James Cook, 31% owned. I told you a couple weeks ago to add James Cook. I had this feeling that he was going to start being the starter in that offense. He's more explosive, better playmaking down the field, and he catches the ball better. He had 6 catches last week for 41 yards and 64 rushing yards on 14 carries. I love it going forward. They're going to continue being him. They're going to continue being featured. He's explosive. He is the guy that they need to energize that offense. They still have Diggs and everybody else. But like I said, Allen's looked bad the past 5 weeks. So what do they need to add? Energize Bunny. That's James Cook. Hopefully you did it when I told you, because now he's going to be looking all around the league. People need a running back going into the playoffs, and there's no better one than James Cook going forward. Mike White changes everything for the Jets. And why am I saying that? Last week, Mike White was on my waiver wire video, but this time it's going to be Corey Davis, currently 19% owned. And why are we featuring Corey Davis? Well, last week he was coming back from injury, but this week he had 10 targets for 5 receptions and 85 yards. Why is this so important? Because, like I said to everyone all throughout the years, targets equals production. I don't care if it's 10 targets this week or 10 targets next week. Eventually, the production will be there. Eventually, he will catch those passes. 5 receptions for 85 yards. That's not too bad. What if he caught 2 more catches? Going forward, I don't see them being 10 targets per game, but I'll be happy for my bench wide receiver to get 6 to 8 per game. And with Mike White, it's capable of happening. And this offense finally looks like a good offense, thanks to Mike White. So, like I told you, last week, they have favorable matchups going against the Lions in the future. So, add them up. Get this person on your bench. You're going to like it until playoffs. Now, this next player is kind of, you know me and my Giants. It's a key addition, and it's from the Giants, and it's a tight end. I've been adding tight ends all year long because I'm basically a stream play for tight end every week. And this guy is BELLINGER. He is 6% owned. And why are you adding him? Well, he's finally back from a broken eye socket that happened to his face. And previously, the team had weapons. They had Shepard, they had Tony, they had Robinson, they had Galladay for a little bit. They have nobody. The only person there right now is Slayton. And why is this important? Because when BELLINGER was on the team with all those weapons, he was still being passed to 3 to 5 times a game. This past week, he's finally coming back. He had 5 targets, 5 catches for 24 yards. The Giants need playmakers, and he's a tight end. He's going to fit in perfectly with this scheme, and he will eventually see, I would say, 6 to 8 targets each week, and I would love that for my tight end. He is one of the more explosive tight ends. You just have to see it. He is a key addition. Go add him up if you need a tight end. There's plenty of them that are hurt right now, and you will enjoy. Honorably mentioned is unfortunately not this week. There's no true players I actually want to put on this list that I want to put my name on. So, pay attention to all the people that I already put on this list. They're all less than 40% owned and need to be added onto your roster. They're all a part of teams that are not that good, that need to fight to get into the playoffs in real life. So, what does that mean? They are going to be good going forward for you in the playoffs, going 15, 16, and week 17 of your league. So, add them up. And last but not least, thank you so much for watching my video last week. We hit 3K in our week 13 waiver wire video. Thank you so much. Continue to like, love, and subscribe. Comment below and give me all of that energy going into the playoffs. We out. Smoochers. Mwah.